Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sunday Berries. Today, I am really excited because we are going to swatch Winsor Newton Professional Watercolors. When I started this channel, I actually started with Winsor Newton Cutman. That was a set that I purchased for my mom, and everything rolled right after that. The rest is history, as a lot of people might say. This is the 24 color set, and I've had it since December last year. This was my Christmas gift for myself. So I really am dying to see these colors for the first time. And I did not swatch them any earlier because I really wanted this to be special, and just I haven't had the time to even open them. So these colors look beautiful here, so I just can't wait. And since I know a lot of you use these colors, please let me know which colors are your favorites that might not be included here that I should be looking at. So do let me know about that. So let's take a look. This is a nice tin. It's very lightweight. It has the logo in the front. Also inside, let's see, it does have a holder here. So if you're painting or something, you can keep it in your arms. So that's pretty good for those of you who like to paint outside. And these are the colors. Oh my God. Looks really great. So, okay, so I have a job to do. I have to open all these up and get ready for the swatch, and we'll get started. The first color we're going to be looking at is Winsor Lemon. The pigment is PY175. It is semi-transparent and staining. The next one up is Winsor Yellow. The pigment is PY154. It is semi-transparent and staining. Oh my God, this one is rather beautiful. Beautiful. It is gorgeous. And it feels so very smooth as well. So, wow, quite nice. Cadmium-free yellow. It has no pigment listed, and it is opaque. And wow, it's quite beautiful and very similar to the real cadmium yellow. These colors are so pigmented. They are beautiful. No wonder people love them. I find this color very beautiful. I'm very used to using cadmium yellows, but this cadmium-free yellow is quite stunning. Winsor Orange. The pigment is PO62 and it is semi-opaque. Oh, it's breathtaking. Actually, very beautiful. Oh my God. Wow, take a look at that color. The next one up is Cadmium Free Red. This one does not have a pigment number, and it is opaque. Wow. Beautiful. And if you are guessing that my cat is sleeping right next to me, you would be correct. She is snoring today, big time. That, my friends, is a stunning color. The next one up is alizarin crimson. The pigment is PR83 and it is transparent. Wow, this is a stunning color as well. The only problem with this color is that it doesn't have the best light fastness. The next one up is permanent rose. The pigment is PV19 and it is transparent. The next one up is permanent magenta. The pigment is PV19 and it is transparent. The next one is Winsor Violet. The pigment is PV23 and it is transparent. These colors are really stunning. Absolutely beautiful. The next one up is Indanthrene Blue. The pigment is PV60 and it is semi-transparent. Whoa, it's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite colors ever, and it is quite beautiful. I think I actually prefer the one from M. Graham, but this one is no less beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm glad to have it. The next one up is French Ultramarine. The pigment is PB29. It is transparent and granulating. Here we go with that French Ultramarine, and it's not disappointing so far. Beautiful granulation. The granulation is actually breathtaking. Right away, it was granulating. The next one up is Winsor Blue Green Shade. The pigment is PB15. It is transparent. This is a very bright blue. I would think it's their version of phthalo blue. The next one up is cerulean blue. The pigment is PB35. It is semi-opaque and granulating. Oh, this one is rather beautiful. Very, very beautiful. The granulation again, quite stunning. Winsor Green Blue Shade. The pigment is PG7. It is transparent. And I would say this is their version of phthalo green. Really beautiful as well, I must say. The next one up is Hooker's Green. The pigments are PG36, PY110, and it is transparent. And so far, this is the first one that has more than one pigment. The next one up is Permanent Sap Green. The pigments are PG36, PY110, and it is transparent. The next one up is Olive Green. The pigments are PY65, PB15 colon 6, and PR101. It is transparent. Loving this olive green, like really, really loving it. I am finding olive green to be quite stunning, really beautiful. My favorite of the greens so far. The next one up is Yellow Ochre, and the pigment is PY43. It is semi-opaque and granulating. Ah, beautiful. It is gorgeous. Raw Sienna. The pigments are PY42, PR101. It is transparent and granulating. This one really is transparent. Very subtle and stunning. Burnt Sienna. The pigment is PR101 and it is transparent. Rather beautiful as well. The next one up is Raw Umber. The pigment is PBR7. It is transparent and granulating. The next one up is Burnt Umber. The pigments are PBR7, PR101, and PY42. It is transparent. The burnt umber is quite stunning. Loving that burnt umber. Let's see how it dries. The next one up is Payne's Gray. PB15, PBK6, and PV19. It is semi-opaque. Okay, this Payne's Gray is blowing my mind. Rather beautiful. And the last one is Ivory Black. The pigment is PBK9. It is opaque and granulating. I've always thought that the ivory black is such a rich, beautiful color, and it makes for a great neutral gray tone. It's breathtaking, even the granulation. All right, so I am going to allow this to dry, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on these colors. I will remove all this tape and let's hope for the best. I think some of these lifted, so I don't know what happened underneath there. So let's give it a chance to dry, and I will take a moment to think about these colors. I will be right back. So I'm back. I had to change sweaters because the other one got a little bit too hot here in the room. It's about 40 degrees or so outside. It's Florida, so that's very rare. However, we're having a cold front, so I was like, oh God, I need to change. So I changed the sweater, so that's why I have a different one. And it's pretty chilly, but I prefer the cold over the heat 100%. So I'm quite happy. In terms of the colors, I am blown away because I was actually looking forward to this swatch for such a long time. I love the colors. I really do appreciate the cadmium-free yellow and the cadmium-free red, which are excellent substitutes for the original or the real cadmium yellows and reds. So these are really great and I think they work. The Indanthrine blue I find absolutely breathtaking. However, I prefer the Indanthrine blue by M. Graham, but this one is just as breathtaking. And the French ultramarine, it's rather different than others that I have seen, but I do like the subtle granulation that it has. It almost looks like a very puffy cloud sky type of granulation here. And the cerulean blue, it's rather beautiful. The granulation is also breathtaking. However, I do prefer another cerulean blue, but I must say that the olive green is just breathtaking. So the Winsor blue I find really beautiful. So I really like this. The Winsor green would be phthalo green, blue shade, and also as well I find it quite beautiful. And these are great mixer colors. So I think they are a must in your palette because they mix great colors. So these are really awesome mixers. As a matter of fact, in my practice with acrylics, phthalo blue has been a really great companion. So, as I've mentioned before, the cadmiums, reds, and yellows have also been my choices in my acrylic palette. And I think these are in watercolor really great because the differences are quite minimal. The Hooker's green is nice, and so is the sap green, the permanent sap green. I love the yellow ochre, the raw sienna, burnt sienna, all of them. I do appreciate the ivory black over the Mars black. I think this is the perfect light black. It's not too dark, it's not too light, and it makes for a great gray tone as well. And the Payne's gray, I must say, and I must admit that it's probably among the most beautiful Payne's grays that I have seen so far. All the neutrals are quite breathtaking to look at. And as a full-on palette, I think this is rather perfect. You have 4 yellows, you have basically 3 reds, and you would have 2 violets as well because you would have to include the violet, the magenta along with the violet as well. Then you get 4 blues, 4 greens, and the perfect group of essential neutral colors or earth tones, which are present here: the yellow ochre, raw sienna, burnt sienna, raw umber, burnt umber. It's like this 4 colors right here, 5 colors are just perfect. And then you get these 2 neutrals that I think are perfect as well because, believe it or not, the ivory black, it's not overwhelmingly black, so it's just perfect. I am very impressed. I love them. I really do love them. And I think I'm going to have a lot of fun studying these colors and getting more familiar with them. And I also would love to compare them to my favorite ones. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be sharing that with you for sure. And so here we are. Let me know in the comments if you use Winsor and Newton, how you feel about them. If there are any colors that you would or might suggest that I am missing. And I think this is a very complete palette. And one of the things that I love about buying a set like such as this one is that you end up getting a great start. You don't need all these colors, of course, but when you have this expanded palette, you can access colors and mix a great variety of colors that will enhance your palette. And from there, you can always cut it to a smaller size. I always suggest 2 yellows, 2 reds, and 2 blues, and then your variety of preferred convenience colors. And so, yeah, I find that this palette is quite perfect for any type of watercolor area that you would like to explore. For example, botanical art, landscapes, seascapes, or even abstract art. So I think this is a great palette of 24 colors. I do know that Winsor & Newton has additional colors. I would like to investigate those too to see if I'm really interested or not in other colors. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you have experience with these colors, tell me exactly why you like them so I can look for that when I start working with these colors. I'm really eager to do that. And I think we've gotten to the end of the video. I would like to say one thing before I close this up, and that would be that in comparison between the Winsor and Newton Cutman and the Winsor and Newton Professional, it's almost non-existent. Like these are very rich and saturated, which is a key mark for professional colors. But the Winsor and Newton Cutman is almost as good as this one. It's a little bit less saturated, but you get some really good quality colors there. So if you're starting out and your budget does not allow you to get to this, you can also opt for the Winsor and Newton Cutman line, which is rather beautiful to start out with. And then you can start moving up to the professional side if this is the brand that you love. So that's my suggestion there. I will probably revisit the Winsor and Newton Cutman for you guys now that it's been a year and a half since I've swatched those, but we can do that and then compare these colors. And so with that said, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I will really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment and do so. With that said, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe, be kind to one another, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, bye.